give myself a little bit of a challenge. I have a great idea for a little mobile app for vloggers. Can I build an app before my cup of tea goes cold to prove it is a hot cup of tea? Cup of tea for me to drink normally takes about 15 minutes to cool down. So let's say 30 minutes tops. Can I build an app before my cup of tea goes cold? That is hot. This is my idea. It's a video vlog planner. So a lot of the times I have ideas of what I want to be doing. Sometimes I want to try and tie those into my day-to-day activities to give content, but I always kind of forget or don't plan it properly. I can enter in like my intro, what my main is, what my outtaking is going to be from the entry, and I want to be able to do this either on my phone or at my desk. I should be able to do this wherever I am. And sometimes it helps to be able to put a story down or how that day's gone to try and help achieve that. I have my sketching of what I'm going to go build, and now I'm going to basically write out some requirements and then start building. Tea's still hot, still got plenty of time. I have a little story builder Excel sheet that I do. It just helps when you're building something by yourself to keep you on track and keep it scalable and in a way that you're going to be able to actually deliver this, because otherwise you try to build everything, it never goes out the door. So this is the user to log in, so that I can register and save my own blog entries. Tag to add user registration API and UI. Dad's a refrigeration engineer, so he used to spend a lot of time in the cold, fixing air conditioning units and fridge freezers within big supermarkets. And then in his personal time, he used to build his own motorbike that he used to race. So I suppose in a way, this is just a modern version of engineering. It's very different, but I think the kind of concepts run the same of what you're trying to build and how you measure it and you work it out, and how you have different moving parts that make it, if you will, like an engine. So that's the Docker work done. This will then allow me to build up a web server with a database server running, and then I can just dump my code in there nice and quick. I don't have to do anything else. In the meantime, somebody's came to join me. I think he's feeling a bit left out. A few little hiccups. Some things I just put in the wrong place, causing a few little file issues, not an issue. Tea's still hot. So what I'm doing now is I'm using Cordova to create my my app. Check. Still hot, still good. Now that I've got the Laravel application up, I've got to do some tweaks and changes, and it's going to sometimes be a little bit fiddly, so I have some pre-stuff that I've done, so I'm just going to quickly slot that in now just to help. What I need to do now is just let those go into effect, and then open this up. See Laravel's up, we can really start to move a lot quicker. There's these advantages of using things like a framework such as Laravel. It allows developers to move much quicker and write clean, more structured code, therefore less bugs, and get to market faster. Just going to put some authentication UI in place using some scaffolding framework built in Laravel. I'll refresh this now. Users can now register and they could log in afterwards. Database for users is set up. Now we need to build our database to store the entries in. My fingers are getting a little bit tired and stiff, and I test the tea. Warm, but starting to cool down. And that's our database entries up now. If I show you here, we have log entries. We're ready to put our entries in now. That's the root, which will be the URL where we post the data to, and then the controller is going to take all that information, turn it into something nice and clean, and then push it into the database. So that's basically the writing part. Now let's quickly do the reading bit. Here comes a bit of a sluggy piece of work. I've literally got to put in inputs for every single one of the things we've just done. Just manually got to write it out. That's lukewarm. Alright, this is in. It's alright. Quick tea check. Okay, that's lukewarm. So it's crude, let's be honest. This is a very crude, very hacky application. You can create an entry, you can read a load of entries back. UI is all over the place. In the mobile app, you can basically just put content in. There's no readout. There's a database though. There's controllers now structured, and my T is pretty empty. Yeah, that's Concol. I would say that's a pass. Just some takeaways from this. Make sure you've got your requirements ready. Make sure you understand what your plan is for this as well. Try not to do it faster than you can drink a cup of tea going cold. Take your time, think things through. Try to make sure you've got a good, strong plan. And although I've made this seem pretty easy, there's a lot of issues here. And nothing more near than a professional software engineer would have done properly. And because it's been done properly, it takes a lot more time. You could probably hack this at certain levels very easily. But for now, this is a basic vlog entry app. I'll use it for myself. As I mentioned, the code's going to go up into GitHub, so if anybody does want to make improvements to this, you can make copies of it and then pull requests back. Very happy to. If this is something you've enjoyed, let me know, and I'll carry on doing some kind of vlog entry posts on this and how it's developing. But yes, yeah, bit of fun, something different. Let me know what you think to it in the comments below. Don't forget to commit your code.